tryna put this on you, baby.
Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. My name is Tasia Elise, and today I decided to do a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm going to be doing my makeup and getting myself together because I have somewhere I have to be. So I figured, why not come on here and kiki with my girls, okay? And my guys. You know, I ain't too mad at the fellas in the background. But there's something that happened to me recently this week, and I said, you know what? Let me do my makeup. Let me sip a little something with the people. You know, let me set the mood, and let's multitask. Let's do a little chat, and we'll also get ready. So if that's something you're interested, I want you to keep on watching. All right, first things first. Let me go ahead and get me a little sip. Yeah. Let me just give a disclaimer. I am not a makeup artist, okay? I by no means identify as such, okay? I just like to play in my paintbrushes just like y'all. You know, I don't do too much, just a little. Well, I might do more than most, than some, but I don't do the most, okay? So we are gonna just jump right in. So I wanted to know, lying for a friend, is it ever okay to keep them out of trouble, right? And more specifically in relation to their spouse, okay? And I mean, this obviously can go for not just your husband or your wife, of course, right? It could also be your partner, right? Is it okay to lie to either one? As a friend, like, are you willing to say, yeah, you know, so-and-so was with me? Yeah, we did this, we did that, right? Like, where do we draw the line? So, last week, I received a text message. Now, obviously, where, you know, when you're older, you don't necessarily talk to your friends every day, right? So you may have a girlfriend that you probably only speak to maybe 3 times a year. You may have a homeboy that you might speak to, you know, 2 times a year, whatever it is. You know, as we get older, we have families, we have kids, we have jobs. So we don't have time to be kikiing on the phone all day long. So, with that being said, this particular friend, love her down, knew her since I was a teenager, a young girl, and she has always been just a solid individual. But she is a person that I do not speak to every day, and I'm okay with that. But when she does hit me up, I'm all ears. So, out of nowhere, I get a text message, and the text, you know what, I'm a receipt kind of girl. So, of course, I'm not going to disclose my good sis's name or anything like that. But she texts me and she says, hey, babe, I just noticed the time you're probably asleep for your shift. And I was. So she texted me. I text her when I get up. And I was just like, hey, yeah, like, what's going on? She goes, I'm good. I needed to use your ass as an alibi. Excuse me? Wait, hold on. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. My good sis done dabbled in a couple of things. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? So alibi ain't too far-fetched for her. But I ain't know that we was there, you know? I didn't know that it got to that level. And hold on. What exactly do you need me an alibi for, friend? So my eyebrows raised. Because as long as I've known this friend, she has not. I'm supposed to be doing my makeup, right? So she was just like, I needed you for an alibi. Now, okay, let me just give y'all a little background about me. I'm not really a messy person, right? And I don't even know why I said really. I'm not a messy person, okay? I'm one of those women where I stay to myself. I stay out the way. Your business is your business. My business is my business, right? So when a girlfriend of mine maybe has her issues with her man, don't get me wrong. I'm here. You can vent to me. I'm somebody that you could definitely, you know, you can tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, baby. I am a fortress. And honorable mention, I am a Virgo, okay? One of the most trustworthy signs there is of the Zodiac. Play with your mama. So, with that being said, I'm the type of person where if you got something going on that ain't got nothing to do with me and it's teeter-tottering into the mess, leave me out of it. And the ironic thing is my friends know that, okay? Like, my friends know Elise is not the one. Like, she ain't the one to go to, like, with the nonsense. Like, come tell me afterwards. You know what I'm saying? We could kiki about it later. That's more me. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, magic. So, when she texted me and says that, you know, I needed you for an alibi, my eyebrow immediately raised. So, I responded, what the hell did you do? Okay? Real simple, just curious. What's going on? Clearly the time has passed for me to provide said alibi, but you know, whatever. So, she proceeds to tell me that she is going out of town. She's in a relationship. It's one of those relationships that her and the person have been together since they were teenagers, young or very young, you know, in their early 20s, whatever, and he just won't let go. You know, it's like one of those kind of toxic situations. And she basically has been trying to get away from him, but he's like not a person that she has had, I guess, success with completely cutting ties with. That's a whole other story, but neither here nor there. She does her things, I guess, on the side. Now, mind you, I speak to this girl 2 to 3 times a year, and sometimes it could even be less than the 2, okay? But nevertheless, still my girl. So she proceeds to tell me that she is going out of town, out of the state, with a boo thing. So I was just like, huh? And what the hell did you want me for? Child, my good sis said I was gonna tell my man that I was going out of town with you for Friendsgiving. I literally responded to her and I said, bish, y'all know how we say bish, you know? I said, bish, I don't even believe that. Like, I literally was like, what? Can I just say, I don't know who I thought I was thinking that I was going to be able to do my makeup and talk with y'all. Who did I think I was? But nevertheless, back to the story. I said to her, I don't even believe that. Okay, I don't believe that. And the reason why I said I don't believe that are the reasons I mentioned earlier in this video. What did I say? I barely speak to this girl, right? Now, I don't know about y'all, but typically your man, your boyfriend, your husband, your lady, your wife, whichever end of the spectrum we on, they're going to know typically who your friends are, right? Especially at this big age. You know, you're not just rolling around here just hanging out with just anybody. You got your typical core friends that this is who I'm gonna be chilling with. When I say, baby, I'm about to go to the bar with the guys, shorty gonna know the guys. You know what I'm saying? And if your lady say, oh, I'm about to go shopping with the girls, he better know the girls. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it goes. So the fact that now you about to have a whole Friendsgiving with a girl that I know you don't really hang out with, if I was her man, I'd been like, I got questions. Yeah, several of them, in fact. So I literally said, I don't believe that, and I told her to do better. And so she gonna say, so far I'm in the clear. Now, mind y'all, I'm literally sitting here looking at my phone in disbelief because as long as I've known this girl, she's never done nothing like this. She's never asked me to lie for her. She's never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's never done nothing like that. So, number one, I was surprised. I'm not gonna lie and act like I wasn't, because I was. Because, again, my friends know me and they know that I don't be down with the nonsense. So, it's either you forgot or you feel like you really don't have nobody else. So it's like you want some whatever. I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me see if she gonna push through. Cause what they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I guess shorty said, Hail Mary. Okay, like it is what it is. So I said to her, I love you, but take me off the alibi list, cause a liar I am not. We definitely going to talk about this at some point, LOL. She goes, no, I promise, it's just this one time. It's the doubling down for me. What you mean it's this? It's no time. There is no time happening. And ladies, this is why I said we got to keep key, okay? Because there's constantly that conversation that comes up about how women do not hold other women accountable, right? Like, I see that so much. And in a lot of instances, I'm not gonna act like I don't understand where this conversation comes from, because a lot of times, you know, and it's not just women. I know they like to harp on women, but let's be real, both sexes are good for. That's your friend, you want to back them, you want to, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, your friend complaining about they partner, oh yeah, she tripping. Your girl complaining about her man, oh he tripping. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to try to comfort and take the side of your friend because you're trying to do just that. You know, you're trying to comfort your friend. But I'm gonna be honest with you, me and my girls don't get down like that, okay? We don't. And let's be clear, I've expressed this before. I only have literally a few friends. You see these 5 fingers? My few friends don't take up all 5 digits. They just don't, okay? So with that being said, I'm that person where the few friends that I do have, they know me and know me enough to know I'm gonna hold you accountable. And I want you to hold me accountable, because if we're not holding each other accountable, who's growing here? Who's gonna be better here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? So the fact that you think I'm about to involve myself in your relationship and the way I'm gonna insert myself is by lying to your man? No, baby. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because, number one, I am a firm believer that being a person of your word does not just apply to men. Do you understand me? You know what I'm saying? Like, that is like such a stance that, you know, men take, like being men of honor, you know, being a man of your word. Like, that's the saying. It's not be a woman of your word. It's be a man of your word, right? And it's just like, with me, I just feel like I'm the same way. Like, I don't want people to ever attach liar to my name. Like, I want, when I say something, I want you to know, oh yeah, nah, at least don't be lying. She don't be lying. Like, if she said that, like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want. And your one time that you want to sit here and call on me for my credibility, it's me lying? Cause you ain't never called on me to say nothing to your man before. But now you want to call me off the bench and it's a lie? Nah, sis, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I responded to her. See, that was nothing but the Lord. There's a reason my ass was asleep. Because remember, when she originally had hit me, I was sleeping. So then she put LOL, and I told her, I'ma always keep it real with you. This ain't no different, sis. I don't involve myself in nobody's business. You know me better than that. Okay? Ain't no cap in my rap, baby. Like, I'm telling you, like, I don't play these sorts of games with people. Like, I'm reading directly from the text messages. So then, you know, she gave me a little something more like that I don't want to necessarily go into. But basically, that was the whole premise of the scenario. And I just really sat down and I really thought about that. And I was just like, man, like, you know. And that's why I said to her, I wanted to talk to her, right? Because she is still my friend, but it's just like, now I'm a very solution-based type of person. So I'm now at a point where it's like, yo, we need to figure this out. And when I say figure it out, I mean, like, you need to get yourself out of this situation. So not only that you're involving other people in the shenanigans, but for your own sanity, for your own life and moving on and, you know, and growing with another person if that's what you're choosing. But the lying, and let's be real, not only is it just unethical, let's be real, immoral, it can be dangerous, okay? Like, I have seen some horror stories in real life from between men and women, domestic situations coming from lying and cheating. And it's just like, it could get ugly fast. And you know, I can be a little dramatic, you know, I'm not gonna act like I don't know this, but when I say it can be dangerous, I think that's a fair statement, you know what I'm saying? And me knowing the things that I know about this particular relationship, that is very much a factor. Danger is a factor. So it's just like, man, like, and even more of a reason why, ladies, hear me and hear me good. Stay out of your friend's relationship business, okay? Stay out of it. Do not involve yourself. And I mean, I really say that in earnest. Like, I have seen, let's not even forget about how you'll mess around and involve yourself. And then after a couple of weeks, couple of months, they done made up. And now that friend, her man, is looking at you like, with the side eye because you was in their business. You know what I'm saying? And now he telling your homegirl, don't hang out with her. Stay away from her. She trouble. Like, and then your homegirl, be careful because she might side with him. She might be like, yeah, you know what? You right. You're like, what? Like, I'm telling you, I done seen some stuff. So with that being said, mind your business. So I said all that to say, as a friend, right? We have to be exactly that, a friend. And part of being a friend, you have to have those tough conversations. You have to take those stances, you know, where you have to let them know, I'm not okay with this. I love you, but I can't do that. And to be honest with you, you are going to get pushback. You will get pushback sometimes where a friend is going to look at you as if you are like, you're hanging them out to dry. Like, you're not there for me. Like, I need this from you. And if they make you feel that way, or they attempt to make you feel that way, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, baby, but that's not your friend. Most of the YouTube girlies, when they come on, their eyebrows are already done. And they literally say, I did my eyebrows off camera. And I see why. BRB. From that little story that I had just relate to you guys, I really do think that it's important that we do hold people accountable for the positions that they put not only themselves in, but the positions that they try to put you in, us in. And what I mean by that is, and that's why I told her, we're gonna have a conversation about this at some point, you know, and she may not know exactly what I was referring to, but please believe when I speak to her, I'm gonna tell her, like, you know, like, I don't appreciate you even put me in that position. You know what I mean? And it's just like I said, like, and I didn't read it, but further in the text message, like, as like, you know, I had said we're gonna talk at some point or whatever, she had then, you know, said like, you know, I don't even know why I asked you, like, I really had nobody else. She was like, cause I know that you not even like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, dang, like, you know I'm not like that, but again, you feeling like you don't have nobody else or whatever the situation is, and you decided to ask me, it's just kind of like, you know, like, I understand, but now I need you to understand why that wouldn't have ended well for you. I just pray that I'm never in a situation where I find myself having to not only lie to the man who I'm with or whatever the situation is, but that I have to involve somebody else. Like, I just, no, I just can't. Baby, I'm gonna have to suffer in silence. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because number one, I'm not a messy person. So it's like, I'm not involving my friends. I'm not involving my friends in my shit. I'm just not. And like I said, I just look at it like, and if you are involving me in your ish, we need to have a conversation, because somewhere you done got me messed up. You know what I'm saying? And nobody perfect. We make mistakes. So, and again, I've been friends with this particular person for a long, long time. And she is dear to me. You know, I really value her. I love her. You know, I really think that she's a great person. But it's just like, we got to get this together, sis, because this can't be that. Not with me. So, as far as I'm concerned, if a friend asks you to lie, I'm not gonna say that they're not your friend. I'm going to say when you address it, when you tell them no, and their response, that's when I'm gonna make a decision about you being my friend. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not so mad at you asking me, but if you decide to get upset with me because I didn't do it, and like you're trying to manipulate me and do all this extra, now we teeter-tottering, you ain't my friend. You're not my friend. Because let's be real, when the individual asks you to lie for them, when they ask you to lie for them, they know that they're asking you to do something that's not right. And in this particular situation, of course, I'm not necessarily saying lying is ever right, but in certain situations, I can understand where it may prove effective for a good reason, like the means may justify, you know? In certain situations, I do think that lying can be necessary. It can be something that needs to be done. But in this situation, it wasn't necessary in my eyes. It was not necessary because you ain't had to go out of town with this side piece. You ain't had to do that. And if you was going to do it, you ain't had to involve me in it. So it was absolutely not necessary. So you damn sure ain't about to involve me and then be mad at me because I don't want nothing to do with it. Now, of course, my friend, she did not get upset with me. Like, she was like, you know what, you right, my bad, blase, blah. But we still gonna address the fact that you even thought to ask me. You know what I mean? Like, we're still gonna go there. I need some clarity because maybe I gave the wrong impression. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I gave you the wrong idea what this is, who I am, you know? And I do feel it's important for me to address that. But yeah, you guys, so that was one of the things that I definitely, you know, wanted to kind of chat about with you guys because I really was interested in what you guys thought about that. Like, do y'all think? So again, like, is it ever okay to lie for your friend? And in this particular instance, to their spouse. Is that ever okay? You know, I know some girls that would have easily been like, oh yeah, it's nothing, you know, because he ain't my friend, you are. You know what I'm saying? And I know women who would have easily took the stance of, well, I know what he put you through. I know that, you know, you've been trying to get away and he don't want to let you go. So, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, there may be some people, some of you guys who may think like, yeah, like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like, it wasn't that serious. You might think I'm a bad friend because I ain't have her back. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how would you guys have handled that situation? Because we already know how I handled it, you know? We're gonna let this dry down and then I'm gonna come back and we're going to do our foundation. But let's get into the next topic, okay? Because that ain't it. There's other things I wanna key about, child, okay? Yeah, and one thing about TikTok, they gonna be talking they mess on TikTok. And just so y'all know, I definitely refilled. Oh yeah, I did. Ooh, that is so good, y'all. I hope that y'all get this. I'm sure you can find it anywhere, probably at your local liquor stores, but if you have a Sam's Club, a BJ's, and probably even a Costco, I'm telling you, this right here, if you like a sweet wine but not too much, that right there gonna do it for you, okay? She's very cute. She's very cute. So, like I was saying, if you go on TikTok, one thing about it, baby, the TikTok girlies and boys are going to be talking their big one, okay? They are going to be discussing it all. They're going to express their opinions. And honey, the comments is the war zone because we going to be down there tussling, okay? And child, when it comes to TikTok, very rarely do I comment on anything because if I'm going to go back and forth with a person, it's going to be somebody I know. Like, it's going to be somebody I know. It's going to be somebody that I know the purpose of this healthy, spirited debate or conversation, that there's going to be resolve at the end, right? Even if it's a mature agree to disagree, there's going to be some type of remedy here, some type of restoration. But just online, I can honestly say, child, I have never And just if you guys are wondering, I don't always put foundation on my forehead. Sometimes I'll just take whatever's left on the brush and I'll just do like a little something like this, child. I don't do too much when it comes to it. Now, when I was a younger girl, child, I used to wow out. I ain't gonna lie to you. Back to the TikTok girls. So, what came up on TikTok today, not today, I think it was yesterday. I was just scrolling, minding my little business. And the lady had said, I'm going to insert the video, okay? This is what she said.
My daughter not getting a job at 14. She's going to school. She's going to worry about school and homework. She's not worried about making money and paying bills. I'm going to give her money. I'm paying all the bills. She will not have to move out at 18. She does not have to pay bills as long as she's living in my house. I don't care if she end up being 35. Black people, can we stop that shit? Like, what? Imagine having to wake up at 14 years old, go to school, leave school, go to work, get off work, do homework, go home, and somebody ask you where the fuck your paycheck at. I don't give a fuck. That is something that my black ass will not be doing. And if she need help when she in her 30s with her bills, I'm going to help pay them bitches too. I just do not understand that. It's a no for me. It's a no for me.
I personally started working when I was 15 years old. I started working. And when I started working, it was at our local amusement park, which was a water park. And I remember that whenever I got my check, my mom would sit down with me. And I remember my mother would sit down with me and she would discuss with me how much money I should, put to the side and how much money, I could spend. And at that time, now obviously we're talking 2004, 2005, you know what I'm saying? So a very long time ago. And in that time, there weren't Ubers and you weren't taking Lyfts and you weren't Uber eating and you weren't, you didn't have an iPhone and you weren't buying all types of subscriptions to apps and, you weren't buying wigs at 15 years old and, all of the nonsense that, these young girls are doing today. And I do call it nonsense when, let's be real, most of these children, if they had to pay for this stuff themselves, it wouldn't be bought, right? Their parents are buying them these things, most of them. Of course, nowadays with TikTok, Instagram, things like that, you do have teenagers that are making money from their social media, so they can indeed buy these things for themselves. But I'm speaking to not the small percentage, but the large percentage. And the large percentage of kids are not Insta famous. They're not TikTok famous. They're not YouTube, famous, right? So, and I'm using famous loosely. I'm going to say popular. Let's amend that. They're not popular as far as these social sites are concerned. So they're not seeing the money from them. So with that being said, I had one bill. Like really, and that was my little cell phone, y'all. Now it was the Nokia. You guys remember the Nokia phone, child? I had the Nokia, and I used to have like the case on it, and it was that one that had like the little flowers, like the Louis Vuitton, when they had like that little. Oh my God, do y'all remember when Louis Vuitton came out with their I forget what. It was like flowers on the material, like on the design, and it was like this pink flower. Oh my God. And when I tell you this phone case, I just thought I was too cool. Do you hear me? And I had the little phone case on there, baby. You couldn't tell me nothing. But of course, back in these days, it wasn't no plan. For the phone, you had minutes. You had to buy minutes. And so my mother would make me buy minutes, and she would have me give her some gas money for taking me back and forth to work. And I still had plenty of money left over. But what it taught me though, it began to teach me a sense of responsibility, right? Because guess what? At the end of the day, when you become an adult, you have, in order to get to work, you have to what? You got to gas up your car, or you got to pay, you know, for a ride. You got to pay a taxi, whatever the case may be. But you don't just snap your fingers and get to work, right? And especially if you're going to be making money, why should that be a burden on my mother, right? So I never had an issue with that. And then putting the money to the side or whatever that was fine with me, because again, I still had plenty of money left over. So that was at 15, and I pretty much had a job ever since I was 15. Every summer I had a job, and when I became a grown woman, it was not only did I keep a job, but then I was already well versed with knowing how to put money aside, knowing how before I take care of my wants, I take care of my needs. You get what I'm saying? The necessity is going to come way before anything else. And I feel me working at 15, 16, 17, I think that prepared me for that. So in this particular video, I was very thrown off by not so much the video, even though my eyebrows raised a little bit, but I felt like there was context that was kind of missing, or they were speaking to something a little more different, but it was the comments. Baby, they were in the comments like, oh yeah, black parents. It was specifically and this was a black woman, obviously, as you see. They were specifically speaking to black women, black parents, black mothers who were virtually abusive, because not only were they making their children work, but they were making their children pay for things. It was down there telling like they trauma stories, child. They was talking about how these parents be putting things in their kids' names, and I'm like, whoa. Not saying I've never heard of these things. I can't relate. My mother never did nothing like that. But I feel like that veered off to something very different. Like, I felt like the video versus the comments, it just didn't add up, because at the end of the day, I'm not saying that if you do not encourage your child, make your child, whatever word you want to use, work, I'm not saying that either or is a bad thing, right? Because of course there are children who did not work they didn't get their first job until they was 18 years old, and they are perfectly fine, well balanced, know how to, budget a household, know how to take care of themselves, this, that, and third. So I'm not saying that it cannot be done, right? Not at all. But I can honestly say from my own experience, the young teenagers, the young adults, in their early 20s, who seem to be more well-rounded in that regard, started working before they were 18. They started taking on responsibility before they were 18. You know what I've seen more than not? I've seen those kids who didn't have to work until they were 18, 19, and then out of nowhere, their mama, their daddy snapped their fingers and said, you gotta get a job. But now, not only you gotta get a job, now you have to contribute to the rent. Now you have to put groceries in the house because you want to eat. Now you have to pay your car note. Now you have to pay car insurance. Now you have to pay a phone bill. Like, whoa, like they dodging bills. Because it's like, now you done took the gloves off because you looking at a grown adult. They 18, 19, 20, 21. So you like, you ain't about to now just take your check and do whatever you want with it, and I'm still paying your cell phone, I'm still paying your car insurance, I'm now paying a car note. Yeah, no. And it's just like, realistically, let's be clear. Everybody's financial situation is different. But the majority of people that I know, they cannot afford to take care of financially a young adult. Now listen to me when I say a young adult. It's a very different story than when you're taking care of a child and their wants are just wants, right? But now when you're looking at an 18-year-old, right? A 19 or 20-year-old, now their wants start to teeter-totter over to necessities, right? And what I mean by that is now having a job, most parents say either you're going to college or you're going to work, right? Once they graduate high school. So now if that young adult decides they're not going to college, they're going to have to get a job, right? And in order for them to get a job and get to the job, they're going to have to be able to drive. In order to drive, you got to put gas in that car. You're going to have to pay insurance. You're going to have to pay the car note if there is one. There are a lot of things just associated with the vehicle itself, right? But then, of course, that child wants clothes. And it's a big difference when it's a minor child, okay? And it's like, you know what? This is my responsibility now. But now that you're looking at an 18, 19, 20-year-old, I'm not saying don't do nothing for your kids, but now it's like, son, daughter, I'm gonna need you to budget that check properly. You want them new jeans, you're gonna have to go ahead and maybe put in a little overtime. Oh, you want them new sneakers. And now y'all already know these kids is different, baby. Oh, they don't want the new Uptowns. Now, if you from New York, you know, them Uptowns, y'all know what those are, the Air Force Ones, right? They don't want them. Oh, baby, these kids want Balenciagas. They want not Steve Madden. What the hell is them damn things called? Child, they want high-end stuff. Okay, they want high-end stuff. My son came to me talking about some, you seen this new essential sweatsuit? I said the only essential thing around here is me, baby. Yeah, I'm the only essential thing rolling around here, baby, okay? And you could take that many ways, okay? I am essential to the household. I am essential to society, baby. I'm a whole nurse out here. So, yeah, that's the only thing essential I know about. But if you think that I'm about to spend hundreds of dollars on one little outfit for your growing body, you're mistaken. And right under mistaken, you're delusional. I said it, and I don't care who don't like it. So it's just like when we are discussing these children who living in this day and age, the type of things that they want, and you talking about, oh, I'm not gonna make my kid work. So at what point are they gonna start to learn that in order to have these nice things, you gonna have to work, or you gonna have to be an entrepreneur? Like, there has to be money coming in. And again, as a child, I can dictate what you got, period, right? Like, let's be real. It may sound harsh, but we all done did it, right? Like, oh, you're not about to get those sneakers, you're gonna get these sneakers, right? We dictate what happens, period, because it's coming out of our pocket. So it's just like when I watch this video and then further to the comments and all of these people basically saying, oh yeah, my daughter or my son for that matter is 30 years old, and I still pay her car insurance. I still pay her car. What? She 30 years old and you still do that? Cheers to you, baby. You can handle not only your own big woman bills, but you can also handle your grown adult child's big woman bills, or your son for that matter, his big man bills. Because if you're telling me, let me tell you, when I finally paid my car off, baby, 5 long years, child. 5 long years of that car note. When I paid that baby off, a burden lifted off of my shoulders. Do you hear me? I was so happy. Man, and I don't know about y'all, but man, can we kiki? Can we talk for real? I done did some things, child, that my credit wasn't where it needed to be. So baby, my car note, whew, Child, my car note was damn near $500 a month. And child, I was like, oh, the second that baby was over and done with, I was so happy. Because let's be real, again, that is a pretty substantial bill every month. $500 every month, and I was over it. I take care of my household all by myself, which is fine. I'm a grown woman, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But it's just like, we're not gonna act like y'all don't understand whatever your circumstance is. Any bill, whether it's a cell phone bill, whether it's your car note, whether it's your cable bill, whatever bill, and you can either minimize it or completely eradicate it altogether. That feels amazing when you don't have to shell out that extra money. Now at 35 years old, my son is 16, right? So now at 37, 38 years old, when he 18, you telling me I need to take on another car note because that's my baby, because that's my son? Huh? What? What part of the game is this, boss? I done done that already. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, and am I saying that, oh, you know, like, yeah, like your son or your daughter turns 18, it should just be throw them to the wolves? No, I'm not saying that. I done finished paying off my car note. Why do I need to take on another car note? Why? When my son or daughter, for that matter, is of age that now they have decided they're not going to college and they are just going to be working to make their money and make their, you know, next move in life, why should I have to take on the burden of a car note? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Like, and that's what I mean by taking on these adult bills. Like I don't understand that. Now, again, I understand helping your child out. I understand that wholeheartedly. Like, I do. But take on those full responsibilities, yeah, no, that's not happening. And I do think that unless you are in a very strong financial position to continually pay those bills, I really feel like you're setting your child up for failure by not getting them started on just realistic day-to-day responsibilities as they, you know, become adults. Like, it is not unrealistic that a teenager at 16 years old, I'm not telling you, oh, you should have your child working every damn day after school or something like that, but it's just like picking up maybe, you know, a shift a week, you know what I mean, while they're in school. I'm not saying even part-time, but even on the weekends, if they, you know, picking up a couple hours on Saturday and Sunday or whatever, maybe they worked a total of 15 hours for the week. That's fine. You get what I'm saying? But to say, oh, my child don't gotta work, and, you know, parents who virtually make their kids work, like, that's abusive and that's something only black parents do. What? No. I just think that's ridiculous. And again, I don't know if it's the trauma that was seeping out, because as I was, like I said, reading the comments, people were speaking to things that were a little more troubling, right? Like the whole, the kids are working and their parents are taking their whole paycheck, but it's not being used for the kids and things like that. Then yes, I get that. But for example, I'm a single mother. My son is 16 years old. My son got his first job at the same place I worked when I was 15, when he was 15, okay? And guess what? He did that during the summer. My son has never worked during the school year yet. He is about to start at a new job, probably next month. But guess what? Not only would that not have come from my encouragement, but that also came from him wanting to have his own money. And again, everybody's lifestyle is different. If you are a parent who you are making a certain amount of money and you feel like, you know what, my son don't have to work, my daughter don't have to work because everything that they want I can afford with ease. Even if that is the case, I still do not think that you're doing your child any favors by continually coddling them, by continually just supporting every little thing that they want as they age. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you should just be pulling the rug from under the kids' feet and just like, oh, you 18? I'm never helping you again. Not at all. But I just feel like I've seen way more when parents do not start kind of give baby steps, you know what I'm saying? Getting those little summer jobs, working during the weekends while they're in school, and you know what I'm saying? Like, when you don't start instilling those things, okay, yeah, of course, don't have your kid paying no rent or nothing like that when they underage, but I don't see nothing wrong with a teenager who is going to work and you only say, okay, your phone bill is the only thing you got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that teaches them responsibility. I think it teaches them, you know, how to begin to budget, how to begin to understand that the things that I want, they cost money. Like, I just didn't understand, like, why people were really so up in arms about this. And I'm just like, sheesh, like, did I miss something? Like, what is going on? So I really wanted to know, like, what do you guys feel about that? Like, do you think that, what age do you think is too early for kids to start working? Do you think that, hey, like, do you think that kids shouldn't start working until they are out of your house? If you have a child who, you know, is living in your house, let's say they're 25 years old, do you feel like, well, it's my house, I'm gonna have to pay the rent regardless, so why should I make him contribute to the rent? You know what I'm saying? Why should I make her contribute to the rent? Like, what do you guys think about that? Because I personally feel like a child needs those baby step experiences so that way when they do become of age, they're not completely like just thrown to the wolves, right? Like, they're not feeling like, oh my God, so overwhelmed, because it's just like, I've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? Even though it might have been on a smaller scale, they have that foundation to know the necessities get taken care of first, you know, before I do anything else. They have the necessities to know, okay, this is my check, you know, 10% goes here, you know, 5% goes here. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, they really already have that foundation. And it, like I said, it tripped me out. And I just was like, dang, like, I could not get over it. But I'm not going to act like I didn't have a friend or two, honey, that told me that, you know, they mama put the damn cable in their name, and they mama did this and all of this with their name, and social security, and my credit was messed up. I don't think you can do that stuff no more. I don't think you can do that type of stuff no more. You know, shoot, I could be wrong, but y'all know where I got the sniffles. Y'all know whenever y'all doing y'all makeup, y'all know that the nose is going to start running or whatever. But it just, I don't know, like, there is no right or wrong way to raise your kids, right? Everybody, they do what works best for them. What some people might look down on, other people might think that that's the norm. That's perfectly fine. Of course, there are certain things that we're going to agree on where, okay, you're wrong for doing this to your children, of course, but you know what I mean. In this instance, people who think that there's nothing wrong with a child working when they're 15 years old versus some parents who might think, oh, that's not right, you shouldn't do that to your kids, you know, whatever. So I'm not mad at the parents who, you know, do not make their children work. But I'm just saying, in my experience, those parents, those are the kids that when they are 25, 27, 30, and they still calling on you to bail them out. And I don't mean jail. I mean, could be. But I don't mean that, but to bail them out of anything. Oh, mom, a little short of money this month. Can you take care of my groceries? Oh, mom, I'm a little short this month on this. Can you take care of my utility bill? Like, you know, it's one thing where it's every now and again we all fall on hard times, but when it starts to become where your child is high key, I'm not gonna say low key, high key manipulating you because they know mama gonna be there, they know daddy gonna be there for me as long as I call, they gonna do that. Like, that's like, we're not gonna act like that's not a thing. It's just like I said, to each their own. But no, baby. I was so happy to get a job. I just felt like a sense of independence. The flip side to that, I enjoyed not having to ask my mother for things. You get what I'm saying? Like, my mother always took care of me, you know, in my adolescence. Like, you know, she always took care of me. But I'm just saying, like, you get to that point where you do want your kids to get to that space where I got it. Ma, you don't got to worry about it because I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a great day. That is a great time where you can kind of pat yourself on the back that you have raised a child who is now willingly, gladly stepping into their independence. Now, how you can continue to be of service to that child, you can of course offer your help. But there's a lot of kids, baby, who, guess what? They don't step into their independence. They don't see no value in that. They like, no, for what? My mama got it. My daddy got it. What I need to work for? What I need to pay for this for? Oh, we're not gonna act like that's not a thing. And you telling me that you don't think that kids who have been overly sheltered, you know, continually taken care of, you don't think that that's not something that they may lean into? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we're not talking about innocent children. Now we're talking about an autonomous adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, where they understand how to play the game, how to manipulate, how to get what they want. And you think because you mommy or daddy that you, what, above that? That your kid won't do that to you? Oh, baby. Child, please. Please. So I just say that to say, as for me and mine, you gonna get a job, baby. Oh, you gonna get a job. And if you wanna, you know, if my son comes to me with, oh, Ma, I really wanna, you know, take on this entrepreneurial endeavor. Oh, let's get into it. Talk to me, son. What's the plan? Oh, this what you, okay. All right, you know, now we gonna work that out. We gonna figure out how we can make this work. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that, but I'm just saying, just to think like, oh, yeah, he don't gotta work. Yeah, nah, it's not gonna fly, baby. Mama's not a millionaire, you know? Mama do all right, but mama not a millionaire. So we gonna need you to figure out how you gonna get out there and get it. Just like we had to figure out how we gonna get out there and get it. And I'm here to assist you in many ways. In many ways, I'm here to assist you. But carry you for the rest of your life? That would be a disservice to you, my child. That would be a disservice to you, especially when we're speaking to a man, you know, a young boy who is going to grow into a man. Okay, like, you're not going to make it through this world thinking that it's going to just hand itself to you. It's not. You got to go out there and get it, baby. And just overly sheltering, overly coddling your children ain't going to get that. It's just not. So, like I said, I'm only speaking from my own personal experience, and just, I literally have friends and family members who I have literally had to talk to on the phone because they are stressed out because they child done hit, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old. And guess what? They lazy. They don't want to work. They want to come to their mom and daddy for every little thing. They just have no clue. And you know what? Those kids that I'm speaking of, they didn't work. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. They did not work ever. They turned their mother, their father took care of everything, handed them everything. And then when they became 18, it's like that be the magic number. And I'm not saying just kick your kids out, whatever, because now it's not that child's fault that they are lost in the sauce, because you didn't prepare them. You never put them in a position where they had to learn these responsibilities. So it's almost like you sent them into the world with an empty toolbox. They got the toolbox, but when they open that bad boy up, ain't there wrench in sight. Not a screwdriver, not a deadbolt. Wait, a deadbolt, that's a lock. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But just know they not equipped, and it's your fault. It's your fault. So I'm not saying that these children should just automatically know, but it's like, if you're not setting them up to know, it is absolutely your fault. Absolutely. But I just feel like there's a fine line with everything. And if you're going to, you know, continue to be there for your kid financially, even into their adulthood, which is perfectly fine, I do think that you need to be slowly taking a step back, slowly allowing them to take care of themselves. Guys, my damn camera's heating up. I'm back, y'all. My freaking camera is overheating. Oh my God, so that sucks. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, yeah, so moral of the story is, of course, like with anything, do what you want to do with your kids, but I just personally do not see an issue with your kids working when they are underage. I think that it sets them up, you know, for adulthood, you know, and having responsibilities, paying bills, and just kind of getting that muscle memory, if you will, of doing that. But, you know, to each their own, baby. But I'm just curious, what do you guys think about it? Do you think that that a teenager from the age of 15 is too early to start working? Do you think that making your child do something such as pay a phone bill under the age of 18 if they're working consistently is too much? Like, what are you guys' thoughts, you know? But yeah, for me and mine's, yeah, he gonna get a job. He gonna get a job, child. I mean, he gonna go ahead and pay for, you know, his little things. You want that essential sweatsuit? Go ahead and get it. You want that Nike Tech sweatsuit? It ain't just the essential. Y'all know these damn Nike Tech sweatsuits is like $250 for one tracksuit. Oh, but I'm supposed to be paying for. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I know I done came and I done. Things is looking different. I done added some things because my camera is, what am I doing, huh? Yeah, my camera done decided to betray me. So if y'all got any questions about my little makeup, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will respond. I will let you know if there's something that I did off camera, something that you missed, baby. I got you. But I don't do nothing special, like I said. Real basic beat. I don't do too much. Yeah, that's that. So you guys, I am about to get myself together, but I did just wanted to come on here and kiki with y'all while I got my makeup done, and just, you know, speak about a couple of things that I've seen on social media, some things that are going on in my life. But I think what I want you guys to take away from this video is it is very important to hold your friends accountable, male or female, very important. And stand on business, right? Like, don't let nobody make you feel as though you're wrong for having your boundaries, that you're wrong for not doing things that put you in an uncomfortable situation. Because like I said, if they do that, they're not your friends. And as far as the last topic of, you know, when's too early for kids to work and things like that, of course, you know, what you do for you and yours is your business. You know, it was just more of a, just, you know, a little kiki with my girls, you know, a kiki with the boys, you know. But whatever you want to do is what you want to do. But it's just always nice to hear different opinions, because sometimes when you hear different opinions and then, you know, when they back it up with logic and, you know, their explanation, sometimes, you know, it brings you to a different opinion, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take some of that. You know, I may not take the whole bit, but I'm gonna take some of that and add it to what I've already been doing, and now this is the source, you know. And I think that that's important, you know, that we learn from each other. So that's also something that I always want to do on my channel, just like I do in my real life with my friends. I want to learn from my friends. I want to be better. I want to grow. So hopefully you guys can grow from me and I can grow from you. But like I said, if you have any questions about the makeup, please feel free to ask me, leave me a message. But if you did make it this far in the video, please make sure you thumbs it up. Please make sure you like the video. Please, please, please comment and subscribe so you know when I go ahead and post, and you could come right on back. I'll see you guys in the next one.